Gina from HauntedFlower.com and HauntedFlowerReviews.com, and today I'm going to be revealing my list of the 10 best movies of 2011. Goodbye 2011, and how disappointing you were for the most part. My top 10 list has been rearranged many times, and this is what I came up with, and I might change my mind again about it tomorrow, but this is what I'm going to say about 2011 and movies. What I should explain about my list of top 10 is this is not the top 10 best made films of the year. This isn't the one, these aren't the ones that aren't going to be like award worthy and all that stuff. This list is really just the movies I enjoyed seeing the most this year. Which movies were the most fun in the theater to see. Number 10 is Moneyball, the story of how baseball was changed forever by math. It starred Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill, and mostly due to the two of their acting plus the script by Aaron Sorkin, it was a delightful movie and I loved the script. It made baseball interesting and I really enjoyed the movie. Number 9 is 50-50, starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Seth Rogen, Bryce Dallas Howard, and Anna Kendrick. And I have to say, this movie is completely carried by performances once again. This is a story of a very young man who gets cancer and how he deals with it. And it could have been easily written off, but I just loved the way the story was pieced together, and it made me feel really emotional, particularly by the end. Number 8 is Bridesmaids. No movie made me laugh more this year than this movie, especially due to Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy. Everybody in this movie is just fabulous. It has a wonderful cast, ensemble. All these women are hilarious, and I just really enjoyed it. I just realized I have 2 number 8s on my list, so I'm guessing tied for number 8, because I wasn't able to eliminate one of these titles out of the top 10, is Captain America, the First Avenger, which is the story of the superhero Captain America. And why did this movie make my top 10? Because it was the best superhero movie this year. It was epic. I loved the way the movie looked. I loved the storytelling. I thought it was very charming, and I was totally in it with Captain America, who could have been incredibly cheesy and wasn't to me. Number 7 is Hugo, the story of a little orphan boy hanging out in a train station and meeting people, and talks about old movies, and Ben Kingsley is there. And it's directed by Martin Scorsese. And what's fabulous about this film is the use of storytelling is amazing. It has good use of 3D for once. I love the score, and the performances are great. I love the little ensemble characters. It all comes together in a way that is emotional. Number 6 is The Muppets. This movie is carried by Jason Segel, Amy Adams, and a wonderful cast of Muppets coming back. Oh gosh, I just love this movie. It has really fun song and dance numbers, and it's just really invokes the feeling of the Muppets, and it had a few moments that got me a little emotional. Like, I almost was gonna cry like 3 different times in this movie. I loved it. Number 5 is Super 8, directed by J.J. Abrams and produced by Steven Spielberg. This movie is a love letter to everyone who loves the Goonies and aliens and train accidents and all sorts of fun stuff, kids making movies together in a certain time period, and it just captures everything so well. I loved the storytelling in this movie, and Elle Fanning was fantastic. Coming in at number 4 is a late one in the game, Mission Impossible 4 Ghost Protocol. Why? Because it was the most adrenaline awesome adventure thing I saw this year. I loved watching it. I loved Tom Cruise climbing inside of a building, being Ethan Hunt, being awesome, being secret agents and using gadgets, and Simon Pegg is funny, and Jeremy Renner is fine, and Paula Patton is hot, and it was just a good movie. Number 3 is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Why? Because it's the last Harry Potter movie. It's epic. Told a big story, finished it off real good, the stars did great, and it's magical and stuff, and it had big fight scenes and was awesome. Number 2 is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I loved this. It was exciting. It was directed by David Fincher. The acting was great, especially from Rooney Mara, who plays Lisbeth. Wow, she was fantastic. Daniel Craig was great. Cast was wonderful, loved the mystery, could have watched this movie if it had been 3 hours and would have still been enthralled with it. And last, the best film of the year, in my humble opinion, that I enjoyed seeing the most because it was so well-rounded, so epic, so amazing, was Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Andy Serkis should get a friggin' Oscar. He was amazing. The motion capture was so good. John Lithgow was great. James Franco even pulled it out. Frida Pinto was wonderful. I just loved the story. Tom Felton got yelled at by an ape, and it was awesome. Oh, such a good time. Loved it, loved it, loved it. So that's my top 10 list. Honorable mentions that were not able to get a number are The Artist. Fantastic film, definitely made me want to cry. Black and white, silent, who knew it could be so good? Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows, fantastic follow-up. Guy Ritchie really knows how to tell a story, and I love the acting with the two leads. Oh, wonderful. The Descendants, George Clooney definitely should be in the running for something for this. It was a wonderful told story, loved it. Contagion, who doesn't love a movie about disease bringing down the end of the world with a huge cast of crazy awesome good people? And Limitless, because Bradley Cooper is hot and I love the concept of pills that can make you access all of your mind. I love the way the story was told. That's my list. I got a little excited. Thank you for sticking with me. And go check out my video for the top worst films of 2011. Bye-bye. For more reviews and to find out about free contest giveaways, go to hauntedflowerreviews.com. My reviews are also available as a podcast on iTunes. Search for Haunted Flower Reviews and subscribe and leave us feedback and comments. Our store is hauntedflower.com, where we specialize in fantastic licensed apparel from movies, TV shows, video games, anime, and more. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/hauntedflower and Twitter at haunted_flower.
If you're local to the Indianapolis area, visit indiemojo.com for details on how you can win free screening passes.